Hello, everybody. Welcome to my living room. Actually, I think it's my cat's living room. I just live here. But let's get started. Starting off with our makdo. Hands at sides, ready. Shou, shiret, kanye. Makdo 준비. 막도 시작. 막도 바로. Shou, shiret, kanye. Awesome, everybody. We're doing jumping jacks. Just nice and light jumping jacks. Get those feet moving. Get those arms moving. See how you're doing. You're gonna start doing 45 jacks. So every time you do a jumping jack, you adopt a new angle. Hopefully everybody's feeling pretty good today. I've seen a couple of happy faces on the camera, which is doing pretty good. I'm slightly insane, but it's good. Roll back, jump, and just nice light high rising heel kicks, alternating. Just gradually build up your height. Awesome, everybody on your backs, please. Ugh. So from here, feet on the ground, hands across shoulders, temples up in the air, whatever you're comfortable with. Nice light sit-ups. Go for it. If you need more challenge or less challenge, you kind of adjust your hands. The lower your hands are, the easier the sit-ups are going to be. The higher they go, the harder the sit-ups are. If you're still feeling it, get those sit-ups, wow, furniture. Get those arms way out behind you. Make sure you have the room for it, and you'll be good. From here, take your hands, stick them underneath your butt, feet out, and you're going to do leg raises. Awesome. Standing up, please. Roll back. Jump back. From here, just low, high front snap kicks. Chamber one, chamber two. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Nice. Holding a push-up form. Palms on the ground. You can go from your feet, from your knees. Doesn't matter. What I'm looking for is just holding that plank position. And as you get cozy, you're going to rock onto the sides of one foot, one hand on the ground, other arm up in the air. And you're just going to hold that. Awesome. Stick this hand down, roll the other way, other arm up in the air. And switch. Last one and switch. Hold it. Hold it. And standing up. Nicely done. Feet shoulder width apart. And you're just going to do nice light squats for me. Go for it. Awesome. Roll it back. 2 minutes. Boxing drill set 1. Let's go through it all nice and slow to begin with. Hands are up. Left leg's in front. Left hand's in front. Jab. Cross. Duck and weave. Cross. Hook. Uppercut. Notice that as I'm on the camera, everything except for the jab should move my head off of that line so that I'm making my head a very hard target to track and hit. Boxing 1, nice and slow. Really make sure you're using that weight transfer to keep your head moving. Ooh, messed that one up. Last set. Good job moving, everybody. Find like a good amount of space on the floor so that you can do a couple really light rolls. We're gonna do a basic front shoulder roll. We're gonna do it from kneeling down, hands on the ground, left knee forwards, left shoulder forwards. I'm tucking my head down and away from that left shoulder. Start bringing my butt nice and high, fall forwards. Front shoulder roll. And just alternating front shoulder rolls, go slow, especially if you're on like a harder surface, maybe sit this one out, keep practicing your kicks. Having soft surface is really beneficial to ensuring you can do lots of repetition. As you get more used to it, you can do more repetition and then maybe start using slightly harder surfaces. Still making sure as you come up, this lead knee should be to the outside. Awesome, everybody. Standing up, shaking it on out, and grab whatever you have as a stick substitute. So you could have a stick. Brad said use like a butter knife or a spoon. I've got like a paper towel tube here. Kind of works. I'm gonna use the stick for now. Keep in mind you still want your puño, your striking surface on the tail end of the stick. 2 to 3 fingers, that'll be good. We're gonna start with the 4 angles. 4 of 9. You're drawing an X across your torso. So we're gonna go right leg forwards, sticks in our right hand, punch it out, same shoulder, opposite hip. Flip it over and back. Angles 1 and 2. Punch it out, angle 1, flip it over, angle 2. Punch it out to the same hip, up to the opposite shoulder, flip it over and back. Angles 3 and 4. Punch, 1, flip, 2, punch, 3, flip, 4. If I had a person in front of me, I'm trying to get it so the end of my stick is just past that person, flip the stick over and bring it back. Welcome back, everybody. We were just going through our first 4 angles. Give my camera a second to hopefully not die here. Looking good. Okay, so we'll come back to the stick and the 4 angles in a second. What I want to see now is some more striking review. We're going to go over our hammer fists. Everybody rub it back. Right, so hammer fists. You're still going to make your fist, so curl those fingers in, thumb goes across the fingers. If you stick it out in front, goodbye to your thumb. If you stick it in your fingers, goodbye to your thumb, across the fingers. From here, right leg is back. I chamber that hand up nice and high. I drop down, hammer fist 1. Chamber it across to my opposite shoulder, unwind, hammer fist 2. Draw it to my ear, bring it around, hammer fist 3. I'm going to drop down, hit, hammer fist 4. Let's do that again. Chamber the hand, bring it up, drop down, 1, across, unwind, 2, draw, around, 3, drop, and hit, 4. Nice. As we're doing this, I'm not just like using my arm and that's it to hit things. That would be kind of inefficient. So I'm going to use more of my body. As I do hammer fist 1, it strikes down, so I drop my body. Gives it more power. I wind my body and unwind it for 2, extra rotational energy. Same thing for 3. I wind it the other way, bring it back around. And I'm dropping and just popping with my legs to get that power on 4. Nice. Let's do it again. Hammer fist 1, across, 2, draw, 3, around, 4. One more time on each side. Chamber, 1, across, 2, draw, 3, around, 4. Last side, drop, 1, wind, 2, draw, 3, drop, 4. Nicely done, shaking out those hands and feet. We're gonna do a real quick review on back rolls. If you have like something that you're not comfortable rolling on, once again, keep working on your striking. It's still good to practice. So back rolls, I'm gonna start sitting down. I'm sitting with both my feet in front of me. My left knee is up, my right knee is down. Same as a front roll, with my left knee up, I'm rolling over that left shoulder. I'm gonna start by hugging that knee in. As I hug it in, I'm hugging it to that shoulder, and I'm trying to bring it up over top of that shoulder. Other knee follows, back shoulder roll. As you can notice, I'm trying to tuck my head out of the way still. Very important. Let's do that other side. Right knee's up. I'm gonna roll over that right shoulder, tuck my head down and away. I'm picking the knee up over the shoulder, other knee follows, and I should still be facing the camera if I started facing the camera. Let's do a few more of those on each side. Sitting down, grabbing that knee, hug it over my shoulder, back roll. Starting on the ground, right knee's up, hug it over that shoulder, back roll. Oh, I didn't do so good on that one. I'll have to practice. Good job. All right, grab that there stick or whatever's supposed to represent it. Okay, so we did our first 4 angles. Our right leg's forwards. Angle 1, same shoulder, opposite hip, and back. 1 and 2, back and forth. This looks like your microphone's on. You may want to mute that. Thank you so much. Angle 5, you're going to step forwards and poke the belly button. Doesn't have to be the belly button, but you poke them. Angle 1, shoulder opposite hip, and back. 3, hip opposite shoulder, and back. 5, stab. Set the stick to the outside. Bring it across, flip, bring it back. 6 and 7. Let's go through one more time. 1, 2, 3, 4, poke, set. 6, 7. Nice. Alrighty, sticks away. We're going to come back. We're going to do that in a second. What I want to get onto now, man, totally lost my lesson plan. Let's do boxing drill set 2 now. Reel it back. 2 minutes. Okay, so we've done our jab cross, duck and weave, cross hook, uppercut. Let's look at the second part of that. So, all together, jab, cross, duck and weave, cross, hook, uppercut. From here, we duck and weave to that back leg again. The hands kind of hiding behind our head, and we bring it over top and through, overhand. This elbow is going to tuck in, like cat, shovel, pop, then vertical cross. I'm dropping down and hitting up. Notice how it doesn't drop, then extend. It extends right off my cheek, vertical cross. Very important that that hand does not drop as much as possible. Let's do it again. Jab, cross, duck and weave, cross, hook, uppercut, duck and weave, hand behind the head, overhand. I'm dropping down and bring that elbow to my hip, rotate, shovel, vertical cross. That hand's coming forwards and up, not down and up. One more time. Ready? Jab, cross, duck and weave, cross, hook, uppercut, duck and weave, hand behind, overhand, tuck, shovel, vertical cross. Nicely done, everybody. Shaking everything out. Make sure I'm not about to squish a cat. Okay, we've done our front rolls and our back rolls. If you're not comfortable with those yet, keep working on them. If you can't work on rolls, keep working on boxing drill set 2. Side shoulder rolls. We're gonna go with like a relaxed horse stance. My left arm is closest to the camera, so I'm rolling over that left shoulder. Something to keep in mind is I'm not trying to face away from the camera as I do this. If I do, all of a sudden my hip hits the ground first, and I'm doing like a weird version of a back roll. I gotta face into it a little bit, so that as I extend, my shoulder still hits the ground after the arm, my hips go over top, and there's your side roll. The line still goes from one hip, wow, that's not a hip, one shoulder to the opposite hip. So that's my hip, I gotta go to the hospital. All right, so right shoulder in front, right arm, I extend that out, I lift the leg up over my head, and I'm trying to get the shoulder to opposite hip. Nice. Seeing a question about doing a rolls on a hard surface. If you're comfortable with it, I would start with a very low basic front roll. If you're not comfortable with it, I'd save the rolls for when you get back to the studio, or ask your parents about doing it in a backyard or on a mattress or something. Practicing rolls is a lot about repetitiveness and doing it constantly. It's very hard to do that on a hard surface. So using a soft surface is awesome. All right, coming back to our sticks, let's finish the 9 angles. Stick in the right hand, right leg is forwards. Angle 1, flip, 2, flip, 3, flip, 4, poke, 5, set, 6, flip, 7. Okay, that's a review. From here, stick sets up on the shoulder. We're gonna go straight down. That's 8. We're gonna set up like a weird sideways uppercut and lift with our legs is 9. One more time. Angle 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, set, 8, set, 9. Now I'm going to use my ball exchange to rotate my body. I'm going to rotate the stick the same way at the wrist, abanico, 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 abanico. This is like a bouncing motion. If I had a partner in front of me, I know this isn't actually how this is supposed to work, but every time I bounce off that item, I hit from the other direction. Awesome. Sticks down. Let's finish off our striking review. We're going to do some quick elbows and a boxing variation with the elbows. Ready? Roll the back. Pop. All right, so tuck that arm in like we're about to do hammer fist 1, but the elbow's low. Drop in your stance and lift elbow 1. Bring that arm high. Drop it down with your stance. 2. Roll that arm out. You're going to rotate back. 3. C-step with the back leg. Bring it up. Rotate 4. Let's do that other side. Tuck. 1. Lift. 2. Roll. 3. C-step. 4. Tuck. 1. Lift. 2. Roll. 3. C-step. 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Nice. All right, so let's look at that with our boxing 1 drill set. So we're in our stance, jab, cross, duck and weave, cross. They slip that cross, but they're too close for a hook. So my arm comes up, tucked in, elbow 4. Let's say they ducked that, elbow 1, right into the face, or whatever's in front of the elbow. Let's do it again. Jab, cross, duck and weave, cross, elbow 4, elbow 1, jab, cross, duck, cross, elbow 4, elbow 1. All right, let's see if we can glitch out some cameras here. Let's go as fast as possible. Everybody ready? Jab, cross, duck and weave, cross, elbow 4, elbow 1. Nice. One more time, nice and slow. Really make sure we've got it. Jab, cross, duck, cross, elbow 4, elbow 1. Nicely done, everybody. I know, going fast is mean. Grab your socks, your throwables that you have. We're gonna start with 2. I'm using socks because they're easy to find, they don't roll away on you, and my cats don't run off with them. Best reason I have for socks. 1 in each hand, toss it straight up and catch, toss it straight up and catch. Like first step in juggling. After you're getting used to that, and your hands stay consistently in the same spot, they don't have to move around for that ball or sock. It comes right back. You're gonna go one hand to the other, then back. So if you're noticing, the ball goes all the way to that other hand. As it gets halfway through, the other one comes up and through. Woo! Nice way to work on that. Make sure you're trying to switch the hand that you start with, so you're getting used to starting with both. As you get used to that, 2 items in one hand, 1 in the other. You're gonna start with the hand that has 2, pop, 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 1, 2, 3. The other hand should have 2, so 1, 2, 3. Now, I'm moving my hands around, which means I'm not consistent in my throwing yet, so I still got to work on that, but eventually you can start working on having consistency and getting some flow going with that. But this is something that you can practice at home and have some fun with. All right, everybody, let's mock out. Standing up, hands at sides, ready. Sho. Chariot. Kanye. Makto Shimbi. Makto Shijak. Eyes closed. Breathing in nice and deep, nice and slow. Makto Baro. Stepping up that right leg. Stepping out with the left now. Sho. Chariot. Kanye. Nicely done, everybody. Have a seat, get cozy. About a week ago, I think, I told my favorite coach's corner about my favorite bike crash that happened to me. Long story short, I went around a corner too fast. My bike slipped out. I became a mummy for a couple weeks. It was hilarious. Hindsight, it was hilarious. Now, the second half to this story is, like, I've taken a pretty significant spill on my bike and gotten a lot of lasting injury in my mind. Not so much like stress as much as kind of a worry of what if this happened again. I knew that if I slipped out going fast on concrete, I was going to get some pretty significant burns and it would hurt. So I was very timid going around corners as I got back on my bike. I still got back on the bike, which I suppose is a decent step, but it was very difficult to start cornering the way I used to. And it took a lot of time for me to be able to learn how to lean that bike over again and trust the tires would hold and figure out when was a great time to do that and when wasn't. So that crash actually gave me the opportunity to learn, hey, read the terrain. If there's gravel on the road, it's slippery. If it's dry and flat, there's no water, there's no gravel, anything else, maybe it's a little safer to take the corners quicker. But I had to build myself up to that again. And it took some time, and it took a lot of time, really. And that can be what happens if you take a bad spill and a bad accident, especially if you get hurt. That mental block can kind of come into it. And I find that unless if you keep chipping away at that mental block and keep working towards it, it can be very tough to overcome that. And in some cases, maybe you don't want to. Maybe the consequences of that previous action were too great. You really don't want to do that again. And that's a learning experience into itself. But if it's something you love to do, like I love to bike, then I wanted to spend that time to make sure that I got back there. And eventually by the end of the next summer, I was biking with a buddy up in Invermere in Panorama, and I had a really good time and really kind of got my stuff sorted out again. I was really able to bike closer to my limit while still being safe. Almost skid out a couple times. Didn't die. That's a success. But I had a lot more protective gear on as well, so I was more willing to take those risks because I felt like I was going to be safer with the extra padding, the bigger, bulkier helmet, and I was in a situation that I felt allowed me to push things harder without getting as hurt. So it's good to, work your way up to that if you've had that experience that creates a mental block from progressing. Thank you so much for listening. I saw a question from Shazia about what do credits do. If you're talking about training credits, if you log on to our website after this, then you can log your training hours, but I'm sure Instructor Brad will have more detail on that. Thank you so much for tuning in for today's lesson, everybody. We'll see you guys next time. Stay safe, stay sane. Back to you, Instructor Brad. Namaste.